What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there today, man? Hope everything going well with y'all. As always, man, hope y'all doing great, man. And just going through y'all day the right way in every situation, you know what I'm saying? Keep your head on your shoulders and operate in the righteous way for our Father. You know what I'm saying? Just, excuse me, staying organized and, you know what I'm saying, correct mentally and spiritually so that you can do all things to the best of your ability for our Father. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom. Because we got to represent our Father right. We can't go about life, you know what I'm saying, moving by our own ways. You know what I'm saying? Our Father said He will allow us to be detestable to our own devices. You know what I'm saying? He will allow us to be how we choose to be. You know what I'm saying? If we don't want to fall in line in His order, but you got to understand that punishment come along with, you know what I'm saying, us following our own detestable devices of this world. You know what I'm saying, and following our own hearts and our own minds without having logical sense or having um, divine intelligence to understand how to move correctly and understanding that, you know what I'm saying, our Father give us laws and commandments for a reason. So that we can't be cursed, so that we can't be punished, so that we can't be sinners. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at this world and you can look at your kids in school if you have kids, or you could look at yourself when you was in school, you know what I'm saying, or any family member that's in school. And you know what I'm saying, you can see what we learn and what they learning, you know what I'm saying? And when you think about what the Bible says about to be carnal mind is death. To be carnal minded is death. Then you think about it. The school don't teach us about our Father. You know what I'm saying? The school don't teach us about spirituality, and they don't teach us about God. They don't teach us about ethics. They don't teach us about morals. You know what I'm saying? It teaches us what the world want us to know, what what the devil want us to know, what Satan want us to know, what his children want us to know. You know what I'm saying? Those who operate in as devils, what they want us to know. Those who made the curriculums. You know what I'm saying? So it don't benefit us in no way, shape, or form of how we should be. Because if our kids or if we went to school, you know what I'm saying, majority of our life from I say what 5 or maybe 4, because you start a head start, I think. So maybe 4 to 18 for the usual, and then from 4 to at least 25 maybe for the for if you go to college. But then it depends on if you get, you know, the extra degrees and all that that they got for you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you people still going to school at their 30s, you know what I'm saying? And probably older than that. But that's what I'm saying. You hooked on to the way that the world. Yeah, so let's just say you went to school from the age 4 to 30. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? And well, okay, yeah, from age 4 to 30. So you're looking at 26 years of school time from the curriculum of man. So 30 years of your life you've been in school. And on the regular, let's say from 18 to 4, from 4 to 18, you've been in school for 14 years of your life on just going from head start to college. I mean to high school, to the end of high school. You know what I'm saying? So 14 on the standard and 30 on, let's say, not the max, but almost the max. Let's say minimum. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, 14 years of your life, you've been doctrined to learn about a carnal-minded subject for this world. And 30 years of your life, um, you've been learning about a carnal mind subject for half of your life. That's almost half your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, you done spent all your time learning about what what someone else created other than the Father wanted you to know about life. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to how many days we go to school, it's 5, right? Monday through Friday, right? It's 7 days in a week. You see what I'm saying? If you don't go to church 2 days, you out partying, drinking, smoking, shacking up, doing whatever you're doing. If you do go to church, you may just go on a Sunday. Saturday is taken up by sports and entertainment and whatever. Just like when you get out of school, you know what I'm saying, it's taken up by entertainment and, you know what I'm saying, whatever this world brings, social media, all those things. So what time did you really have for the Father, you know what I'm saying, in order to have a spiritual mind? In order to learn ethics, in order to learn morals. if it wasn't taught in your house, if it's not taught at school, and if you go to church one day out the week, or if you or if you don't go to church, you're not gonna learn it. So all your life, once you get out of school from the age 18, after that, you still gonna be in the carnal mind world with a carnal mind. So you're gonna be doing carnal mind things, but you're gonna be sinning. You know what I'm saying? For at least 10 more years, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about the ratio of all that, you break all that down. You never had time for the Father. So some people spend 14 years with a carnal mind, learning about what Satan wanted them to learn about, never learn about the Father. And some people live 30 years learning about what Satan wanted them to learn about, never about the Father. So it's like now that one time that you do decide to come to God, you may turn back around to your wicked ways because it's either you got 14 to 30 years of the devil's doctrine in your mind because you got a carnal mind. You know what I'm saying? So when correction come and conviction come, you know what I'm saying, of righteousness and holiness and saying what you can do and can't do, you don't want to abide in the laws of the ethics of the morality. You know what I'm saying? You rather abide in man laws and listen to man because you're afraid because you're in the flesh, so you have fear upon you from what you have saw with your own eyes, from what you heard with your own ears, and what you have learned, you know what I'm saying, throughout school about whatever they taught you to brainwash you, program you to think that these things occur or they didn't occur or whatever the situation is. So then you fear the laws of man that is on earth. But if you was in the right mind of the Father, you know what I'm saying, then you'll be able to understand that um you wouldn't fear man because you would have moral and ethical behavior to where you wouldn't even be able to be committing anything that's going to cause you to be afraid of government or police or whatever you're afraid of in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because you will understand that our Father will protect us, and if we do leave and we don't make it to heaven, we'll come back. You know what I'm saying? But if we do live right of our Father and we leave, we'll make it to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Our Father will allow us to have heaven on earth at the same time. So it wouldn't even really matter. You know what I'm saying? So fear wouldn't be upon you with anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if they got 14 to 30 years of your life and they doctrine, it only takes 7 years to train you up well. You know what I'm saying? So the 14 already double it. And then when you look at the 30, that's like a quadruple right there. You know what I'm saying? So they already quadruple you with their doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And you have less of God doctrine. You have less of God laws and commandments in you. So your mindset is already bound to not even respect our Father, all His principles and laws of the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think deep into these things. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about my life, I never knew about God like half all my life. You know what I'm saying? So I had a carnal mind all the way up till I was about 20. I said about 26. 26. Yeah, about 26. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 29 now. So I didn't know about God. So within the 3 years, 3 to 4, no, 4 years, I think. I think it's 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. So within the 4 years of me being with God, I have learned so much that I wish I knew all this, you know what I'm saying, way ahead of time. But, it's my time. You know what I'm saying? He called me, I answered. It's my time. I respond. I'm living it. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have to do. But if think about if you could raise your child from birth to be in a moral and ethical mindset, spiritual mindset of our Father, instead of allowing the schools and this world to program them into what they want them to be, how we are set up. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Ezekiel 37, our Father was telling Ezekiel, like son of Adam, these I had these dry bones. So he's like my people are full of dry bones, and I need you to prophesy unto these people everything that I'm speaking unto you. You need I need you to tell unto them so that you can wake them up, and then I can get them flesh, and I can get them I can breathe into them. You know what I'm saying? Because my people are dead of the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't mean like that he was saying that they was in graves, but he didn't mean that they was in actual physical graves, and he didn't mean that he was actually calling them dry bones, as in literal they dry bones. It was all symbolism um of how he seen us. You know what I'm saying? He seen us without nothing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have nothing, we didn't know nothing type of thing. Like we did our mind wouldn't couldn't even fathom anything. You know what I'm saying? So and we was buried deep in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So in our mind, we buried deep into the doctrine of what Satan has given us, his children have given us to learn, to blind us from what we needed to know. So we were so far off from the knowledge of our Father, so that he had to symbolize um to Ezekiel and to us that this is how he see us when we're not of him. We so far gone away from him that we look dead. You know what I'm saying? We look dead to him. We look like dry bones to him. We look like we buried in graves to him. You know what I'm saying? So you must understand that that is symbolized to where he's basically saying that our mind is not even on him. We so far gone from him. We don't remember nothing that he did for us or anything. You know what I'm saying? So when we speak to people, basically we prophesizing the words of our Father that is already written into their lives, so that His words can wake them up. You know what I'm saying? His words can bring them back to life. You know what I'm saying? Because we always like the Walking Dead. So those who are not of our Father, they like the Walking Dead. So anytime you have Satan doctrine or the devil's doctrine, you're the Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Because you in the mental grave. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have no spirituality in you. You only have a carnal mind. You know what I'm saying? And to be carnal minded is death. Death is death. So you the walking dead. So until you learn about the Father and He breaks down everything to you, you can't be no other way. You see? So yes, y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, that everybody have to come out of that mental grave that this world has put you in. So you got to think about, okay, so now that I broke it down to you, right? So you think about us who came to God or coming to God or just starting or whatever. You got to think about these are the type of people who you will be speaking to, people who have been in the devil's doctrine from 14 to 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? 14 minimum to 14 in the middle to, you know what I'm saying, some max. It can go higher than that because people go to college when they're older, so you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like, you've been talking to people who've been in the mental grave from 14 to 30 years. So you can't expect for them to just hear the word of God and just jump out outright and just understand it and want it and could change, you know what I'm saying, just because you speaking it to them. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. It come with prayer, it come with fasting for them, it come with um speaking to them, and it just comes with time. You know what I'm saying? Just like you, somebody probably speaking to you, you know what I'm saying, and you just ain't want to hear it at the time because you wasn't, you know what I'm saying, your mind wasn't even there. You didn't want to hear nothing about it. You was rejecting it because of, you know, the demons in you or whatever situation you was going through in life. You know what I'm saying? All these things. So that's what makes, you know what I'm saying, the situation um makes the situation more complicated than what it would seem at the beginning when you don't know these things. You're not thinking, you know what I'm saying, that everybody went to school for 14 to 30 years and that their mind is carnal minded, and to have a carnal mind is death. You're not thinking that. You're more thinking more like, I have to learn something about God. I'm really into God now, and I want to tell my family members. I want to tell my friends. I want to tell everybody. I want to tell the world. They should know. I could tell it to them in a good way. I could break it down to them in a good way. No matter what way you break it down to them, you know what I'm saying? Majority of them won't even care to hear you. They'll listen to you, but they won't hear you. Other half of them, they'll hear you and they'll say okay, you know what I'm saying, like they understand and they get it, but they won't change. And then the small portion will want in and they will question you and they will want to change. You know what I'm saying? But the devil may be stopping them. You know what I'm saying? And then you have that smaller portion that will actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes, because it's like you got to think about how long it been since they have been put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And since it been that long, 14 to 30 plus years that they've been put under a spell, you know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna take time for them to even want to take orders from the commandments, laws of our Father, and our Father understand that. That's why He's humble, He's patient, He give people time. You know what I'm saying? And because People gonna have to learn and they're gonna have to live. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to become the sons and the daughters of God, the children of God. You know what I'm saying? And serve Him, actually live for Him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the longer people take to come, the harder it's gonna get, because the longer you be into the devil's um knowledge, then it's gonna be hard on you to even, you know what I'm saying, want to change, because you're under a spell, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get from under this curse that he's putting on you. You know what I'm saying? And as you believe on Yeshua, and you believe on our Father and Mother Rule, and you get into the Word, you still have curses on you that you got to break off you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I recommend people to go and listen to my mother in the Lord, Apostle Rosalind Solomon, because she have the prayers, she have, you know what I'm saying, she can hear from God, she can prophesy, and you know what I'm saying, she know um a lot. She's very educated within the Father, within, you know what I'm saying, everything that He has taught her throughout her time being with Him. You know what I'm saying? So you need someone to show you and guide you. You know what I'm saying? And on through this, you can't do it yourself. I know there's many people that's just in this unbelief um situation about, you know, how they feel about other people teaching them and the church is a lie and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So at the church, so if you consider, you got to think about the mindset of that person. You know what I'm saying? If you consider that people who's a guy who claim they're a guy is a lie because you went to a church that was a lie, or whatever they did up in there, you know what I'm saying, wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame everybody else in the church for what one person did to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that as a grain of salt and understand that, you know what I'm saying, it's wolves that come in sheep clothing, but you got to better educate yourself so that you won't get caught up in that situation no more. You know what I'm saying? So because if not, and you say, okay, I'm just gonna read the Bible myself and do it myself, you see what I'm saying, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna get some knowledge, and you're gonna get a little here, a little there, but you need someone to guide you and show you, you know what I'm saying, point things out to you so you can see them. You know what I'm saying? And because if you don't, then what would be the point of looking into the Bible? What would be the point of you becoming a child of God? You see what I'm saying? There would be no point of you becoming a child, trying to become trying to become a child of God, if you can't take, if you can't listen to people who has better knowledge than you. If you can't remove the pride and listen to others, you know what I'm saying? If you can't take teaching from others, there's no point of being the father, because that's all you're gonna do all your life is take teaching and get knowledge from others that the father used. He's not, you're not the only one that he's using. You know what I'm saying? So if the Bible is evidence that he's using other people, as you can see, he used other prophets along with other prophets. You know what I'm saying? And the Messiah and a lot of our people, then you must know that, hey, it's other people out here that actually know. So you have to educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as they got to educate themselves, and then we will find each other, and then we can help each other out. You know what I'm saying? So otherwise, if you don't do that, then you'll be calling the Bible a lie, which you'll be calling the Father a lie, because He's the Word. You see what I'm saying? So that's the situation. You got to understand that you're not the only one that knows something, or you're not the only one that has been through a fake church, or a fake ministry, or a fake whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the walk. That's why he says be careful of them, but you can't be careful of them if you're not knowledgeable of them. So of course you're gonna run into them. You're gonna run into a fake one, and then you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go through what you go through, but then you're gonna learn from that situation. You know what I'm saying? If me and my wife gave up when we went through a fake ministry, a fake prophet, then we would have never got to our mother in the Lord, who is a real prophet. If we would have just gave up right then and there, we would have missed out. But we didn't give up, because that's how bad we wanted to know the Father and learn. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people got to consider. You got to consider that you're not the only one in the land that knows about the Father and that's educated in the Word. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, you talking to the walking dead when you out here. So it's gonna come with a little anger. It's gonna come with a little frustration. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come with these things, because you're gonna think that they supposed to get it because they close to you, they know you, they see you change. Um, you feel like you put it into the simplest form. Whatever in your mind you think you're doing, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that because people are cursed, people don't care, people got their own life going, whatever they got going in life, they just don't have time. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the situation, it gets harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? But the longer you stay with the Father, the more you learn, and then the better you get at it. And that way you can help those, and then you realize this. That's why I like telling y'all ahead of time about things of how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Then you realize, like, man, I can't talk everybody into coming. I can only talk to those who the Father lead me to talk to. I can only talk to those who the Father has blessed me to bless. You know what I'm saying? But it is going to start with the family at home or the family around your family at first. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to find out who is who. You don't know because all your life you've been around them. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking that they're good people, they nice people, whatever the situation is. But you have to learn people, and you learn better with your family because once your family show you who they is, and you break off away from the ones that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to change and all these things that you can't be around them. Then it builds you up strong because now the ones that's closer to you, it's like, man, I was around these people for this long and now I'm with God, and I tell them about God. They don't want to hear about God or His Word, or they don't want to change or anything. I can't be around them because the Word said I can't be around sinners. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'll fall back into my sinful ways because the familiar spirits, you know what I'm saying, will get back attached to me, and then I'll rebel against the Father. But I fear the Father, and I fear His Word, and I don't want to fall short from the glory of God. I want to stay with Him. So in order for me to stay with God, the Word says that I have to forsake them. What is forsake? You see what I'm saying? So you learn these things on your way. You know what I'm saying? But let's say if I wasn't telling you this, how would you know? Other than reading, you know what I'm saying? Other than reading, but think about if you're going through a family member situation right now, and I never came on and said this. You know what I'm saying? And you never saw that in the word because you haven't got there yet. You see what I'm saying? You haven't got there yet. You don't know nothing about forsaking. You just know that you're going through a situation with a family member that don't want to come to God. I is not interested, and you don't know how to shake. You don't know how to shake that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to get that off your shoulder. You don't know how to get that out your mind. So right now, you fighting with a not even fight. You trying to get a close family member that you close with to come to God, and you don't know how to shake that off. You know what I'm saying? So your mind can't even focus on God right now because it's like, man, this person was close to me, and look now, like we just falling out because I'm with God. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know what side to choose, God or the other person. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know what to do. But then when you got somebody who already been through that situation because we got our testimonies, we got our knowledge already, you know what I'm saying? Then easily, boom, you done hopped on the podcast or the YouTube or whatever, and you like, oh man, I'm going through that right now. Oh, so we're supposed to forsake this person because of this? Yes, you're supposed to forsake everybody, even yourself, even your house, everything, your wife, your kids, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be properly educated by the right people. You know what I'm saying? Because things that you haven't got to in the Bible, other people already got to in the Bible. Other people already got that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So if I say you're supposed to forsake your mama, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your whole family, your kids, your wife, your husband, your house, everything, then obviously you can go on Google and type it in. You know what I'm saying? If you choose, so I can go in the Bible and find out which scripture it is. But I say go on Google and um type in something close to what I said, like God say to forsake your wife, your children. Put that in, or your mother, your father, whatever. Put that in on Google and type in verse after it. Like God say you're supposed to forsake your wife and your children, verse um in the Bible, KJV, which is the King James version. It's gonna pop up. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna pop up, and all you do is find out when you click it, and then it's gonna take you there. And you know what I'm saying? It's gonna show you what scripture is at, what part of what book it's in the Bible, and it's gonna show you what chapter and verse. And then you go to it, and then you read it, and then you'll see that it's there. It's evidence that it's there of what I said. You know what I'm saying? So that way, now you know, like, man, I'm supposed to forsake everybody, including myself. So that way, the forsaking everybody, including yourself, helps you become stronger in our Father laws, commandments, and Torahs. Because now, even though you love that person, even though you care for that person, you thought that person loved you and care for you, you find out. you know what I'm saying, that they don't care and love you that much until you get shown. God has to show you your enemies. He has to show you the people who's for him and the people that's not for him. Yeshua, they told Yeshua in the Bible, they said, oh, your mother is looking for you or something like that, like she was looking for him or calling him or something. He said, my mother and my father, I think he said my mother and my brethren are the ones who are in the laws of my father, who abide in the laws of my father. So those who are doing the same thing he doing, those who are committed to the laws. You know what I'm saying? Which is us. We committed to the laws. So we are brethren and you know what I'm saying, together. So those who are not of the laws, they don't care for God right now in their life. You know what I'm saying? Because every knee must bow. You know what I'm saying? But right now in their life, God is not important to them. You know what I'm saying? So we must understand that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't come. You know what I'm saying? You see, you here now, and see, you try to get people to come with you now, but they not here. You know what I'm saying? You see, you on now, and then you send that to somebody and say, hey, man, watch this. I listen to this. They might not even listen to it because you know what I'm saying, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? And when people show you they don't care, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So all you can do is pray and fast for them. You know what I'm saying? And hope that God free them for their salvation out of the curse and out of what I'm saying, whatever they going through in life. But I guarantee you that ask you to pray for them. They ask you to pray for them. You know what I'm saying? And when they need help, they'll come to you, you know what I'm saying, and ask you for help. No problem. But when it comes to the word, they'll never come ask you, oh, what God said in the word about this in life or what God said about this. They don't want to know that and they don't care for that. So you got to learn how to get tough. The only way you can get tough is tell God that you have forsaken everybody and actually live it and do it. Because people will hold you back from what God's trying to take you with because you haven't forsaken them. Because your love and your care is upon them. You know what I'm saying? And once you forsake your family members, then you can forsake everybody else in the world who you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And but first you gotta forsake yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because yourself can hold yourself back from what God trying to take you. So forsake yourself, and then your family members gonna come, and all that's not with God and don't care to be with God, you gotta forsake. Well, all of them you gotta forsake. Put it like that. And then your wife and your children, or your husband and your children, you gotta forsake. Your house, all material things, you gotta forsake. Everything on this earth, you gotta forsake. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is safe. So you got to commit to God. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people forget. They want to hold on to family members. They want to hold on to things. They want to hold on to whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they're not fully living for God because of that. You know what I'm saying? So these things has to happen. You know what I'm saying? So God can build you stronger, especially if you got a kind heart or a nice heart, you're a generous person. You know what I'm saying? Because these people can break you. And then you won't understand like how you're such a good person and these people hurting you. Because they're not good people. Obviously, you the good one. So if they're not moving in the way that you moving and living for the Father like you living, then obviously they're not good people. They got something wrong with them. They got demons in them. They got curses on them. They got jealousy in them, envy, hate. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got it in them, and it need to be out. But when you tell them about God, they don't want to feel convicted, and they don't want to they don't want to do what you telling them to do. So they want to reject it, reject the word of God. They're not rejecting you, they're rejecting God. And then you know what I'm saying? Life goes on. And then here they come calling you with their problems and situations. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta you just gotta understand that this is how it happens. You know what I'm saying? This is how it happens. So like I said, you're dealing with people who've been going to school for 14 to 30 years. So imagine them working on a job. You know what I'm saying? So imagine them living in this world. That's just school. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them what it's teaching them. Nothing about God. And then they come out in the world on the streets teaching them nothing about God. So they learning even more carnal minded stuff. And then they going to work learning even more carnal minded stuff. Never learning about God. So you're dealing with a bunch of people that's not learning about the Father. They're not teaching the Father in school. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand how this life is set up. It's a setup. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the time frame, you know what I'm saying? Satan done had your mind for so long that it's hard to even accept conviction. It's hard to even accept righteousness and want to change from your wicked ways, your sinning ways, your infirmities and inequities. You know what I'm saying? And most people, when we first step in, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of transgression going on through our trials and tribulations. So until we learn how to, you know what I'm saying, defeat the enemy, learn how to commit to God, you know what I'm saying, learn how to make covenants with God and ask God first before we react with our own minds and hearts. You know what I'm saying? So we give God our heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because we learn how to operate with Him. You know what I'm saying? By learning and reading. You know what I'm saying? Meditating on the Word and learning from those elders who are higher up in God, you know what I'm saying, with the knowledge and wisdom and understanding because they've been through it. You know what I'm saying? So we learn so much, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Most people they understand that they have to make a repayment. You know what I'm saying? We all have to make a repayment for what we did. You know what I'm saying? We have to face those situations. We have to face those trials and tribulations. We have to face those long sufferings for what we did. But life gets better. You know what I'm saying? But the longer you stay out there, the more karma you put on you. You got to pay off your karma debt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's fun, man. You gotta it's hard at the beginning because you don't know, but when you know, it's like okay, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Everything start clicking together, coming together, just like anything else in life. You know what I'm saying? Just you gotta think about how powerful God is. Think about me. Think about me. I just say me. All right. So like I said, I ain't learned about God until I was 26. Yeah, I think 26, 25 or 26, one of them, right? And I ain't even know that at the time. So you got to think about that whole year. I was just learning. You know what I'm saying? The first whole year, I was just learning. But let's say from when I came out the womb to 26. So for 26 years, I didn't know nothing about God. You see what I'm saying? For 26 years, I didn't know anything. I just knew that I felt that there was a God. That's it. I ain't know his name then. Right? So for 4 years now, I know a whole lot about God in 4 years than I ever learned in this whole world about anything. Because when I found God, I found so much stuff about this world and what we in and what's going on and how life's supposed to be that I never learned in 26 years. So when you look at all that dead knowledge that I had, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at all this life that the Father had breathed into me, you see what I'm saying? And 4 years outbeat the 26 years. I'm telling you, the 4 years defeat the 26 years. So that's God defeating Satan, knowledge, in 4 small years, over 26 long years, defeated just like that. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So on your walk, you will see that, and I'm breaking it down to you so you can see how powerful the Father is. In 4 years, you know what I'm saying? And in 4 years, I learned all this stuff that I teach and speak on and evangelize about. In 26 years, I ain't learned none of this. I knew nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Papa take all that you learn and take it away. He wash it away, and then he bring in what he has, and you learn that, and so you start seeing everything for what it really is. And a lot of y'all was smarter than me at the time before I found Father Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So y'all may already be aware of things. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't aware of. But for me, 4 years I beat 26 years. I ain't gonna speak for nobody else, but I'm saying it may be true for y'all. You're gonna see that lesser time with God is way more powerful than more time with Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because Satan don't teach you nothing. So yeah, like man, I just be, you know what I'm saying? Keep educating myself on everything, see everything from the way that God taught me how to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Study everything for how God taught me how to study everything, and that's how you're supposed to be um because you learn so much when you study the way God tell you to study, other than how the world tell you to study. The world blind you from everything, man. What they speak of, you think it's true because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody tell you information you don't know, you kind of believe on it because everybody else believing on it. But when you got some truth, you know what I'm saying, to where when something is spoken of, you actually see it happening. You know what I'm saying? It's evident. You know what I'm saying? It's evident. It's evident that these things will happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything was already prophesied. Everything is already done. You just gotta walk, man. Live the life. You know what I'm saying? Become more like God, less like Satan. Erase Satan out your mind, erase Satan out your heart, out your soul, out your spirit, and become like our Father. You know what I'm saying? He is our Father. So yeah, man, I just want y'all to know, you know what I'm saying, how y'all supposed to be seeing things because it can get hard. You know what I'm saying? It can get hard when you don't have no guidance. It could get frustrating. Um, you can get lost. Um, you can give up, which is what they want you to do when you don't know you're in the spiritual war. You know what I'm saying? You don't know these things until somebody tell you these things because they took so much out the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That um, it's kind of hard to understand it. That's why I tell y'all get the Sefer Bible so y'all can understand it better, get the real names and everything. You know what I'm saying? It makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Then do your vocabularies. Look up words, study words, thesaurus, synonym, find all that because that's what's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is the spiritual part of our Father. You know what I'm saying? The dictionary and the thesaurus and the synonym is the physical side. You know what I'm saying? So he's able to break it down to you easily through wordplay. You know what I'm saying? So when one word say this, and then you go look up the synonyms to see what words are like, just like it, it brings your mind into more of an expansion of what he's really telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's why our Father say he's the word. He ain't saying he the word for no reason. He's the word. You know what I'm saying? So when he give you that one word, he can give you the word duh. And when you look up the, it spreads, it expands to so many words, it expands to so many explanations, so you can't even fathom, you know what I'm saying, why the word the has expanded that much. Because our Father is the word. If he give you mighty, you know what I'm saying, then you gotta look up mighty and see how far mighty expands, because he's trying to tell you that he's more than mighty. He's mighty, but he's more than mighty. What's other words for mighty? You see what I'm saying? So it shows you, you know what I'm saying, how complex and how our Father think. You know what I'm saying? Because it will help you out through the rest of your reading. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you learn to the expansion of where your mind can just only think from what it was taught from the Carnell Mind School, the Carnell Mind Government, the Carnell Mind curriculums. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think of mighty, you're just like, oh, it's somebody that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Or whatever. Or somebody that's strong. But then when you look up the word and you look up you look up what it means and then you look up the synonym of it, you see more than what you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Father trying to get us to see. People are like when somebody telling you a story, they're telling you what they want to tell you. You see what I'm saying? But when you able to study, when you're able to study while the person, when you're able to listen and study at the same time while the person is speaking to you, you're able to expand, you know what I'm saying, your mind for what they're not telling you. Some people have a talent and the gift of doing this, but some people don't. You know what I'm saying? So we have to educate ourselves and be able to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Because people always want to tell you what you want to hear because they got to make it sound fancy. They got to make it sound good. They got to make it sound great for you. You know what I'm saying? So that you can stay entertained or so you can stay focused on them or you can stay around them or whatever they goal that they're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? That's what they got to do. So you can think that they're whatever they're trying to make you think that they are. You know what I'm saying? But when you learn how to study them, you know what I'm saying, in a way to where um you watch them more about what they do than what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Because when you watch what a person do more than what they saying, that explains it all. So which is what the Father say, you know someone by the fruit that they bear. You know what I'm saying? So when you studying them, if they're not bearing good fruit to you, then I don't think you want to be listening to them too much at all. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure that out, you might want to just cut them off. You know what I'm saying? But if they're giving you good fruit, you know what I'm saying, righteous, good fruit, then you can keep them around because, you know what I'm saying, they helping you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you hear what the person's saying, but at the same time you gotta study them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works because you want to make sure that they're doing what they say they do, or whatever they talking about has to be evidence. Like Yeshua was talking about it and he was doing it. He wasn't just talking about it and that was just it. He was doing it. He wasn't talking about being righteous and then he partying somewhere doing whatever he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about being righteous and not teaching those who was his disciples around him how to be righteous and how to do, you know what I'm saying, the things that he was doing. He was actually doing it and speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? He lived it. It was him. So that's what you got to look for in people, you know what I'm saying, so that you won't be fooled. But you got to educate yourself on the word so our Father can give you, you know what I'm saying, that wisdom from Proverbs, you know what I'm saying, that knowledge from all the books and that understanding, you know what I'm saying? So it's very powerful, you know what I'm saying, to be able to study people. Not everybody. You don't need to study a wicked man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people study wicked people. Like I would not waste my time studying a wicked person. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is study my father, you know what I'm saying? And automatically if the spirit of truth is not in the person, then they're not of my father. You know what I'm saying? It don't take long for you. Like it used to be hard for me to know people because I always thought people would, see things how I seen it because I wasn't educated to I didn't go through too much stuff with people in life to like not trust them or to like not or to have to watch people carefully type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I didn't have to because I didn't hang around too many people that who I hung around was close to me, family or whatever. So I didn't never thought that people would do anything to me or try to harm me. You know what I'm saying? Little did I know. But that's just how I went through my life for the 26 years. You see what I'm saying? Until I learned, you know what I'm saying, that your enemy could be close to you and, you know what I'm saying, family turn against family, brother against brother, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now you have to watch people and because I know how I was, which is a good person and stuff, you know what I'm saying, even though I went through my little stuff that I went through, um, I still had to learn how to be righteous and holy, you know what I'm saying? And when I don't see those things in other people, you know what I'm saying? That's my righteous judgment upon them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I teach and tell them, you know what I'm saying, that this is how you're supposed to be, this is that, this is this, this is that. But if they deny or reject or whatever they want to do about it, hey, it's nothing I can do about it. They their own person, they got their own will. You know what I'm saying? I chose to give my will to the Father and live out his will. You know what I'm saying? So I have to fall back away, you know what I'm saying, and just pray and fast and to try to, you know what I'm saying, help the cause of whatever they got going on because it's life. Everybody not going to accept what you're trying to allow them to, what you're trying to get them to accept in the first place. So it's never no force, it's never no issue. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta understand that okay, if you want to reject and deny my God and everything that I got going on, then I gotta fall back. You gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's about respect. You know what I'm saying? If I respect you, that if I respect your decision to not wanna, you know what I'm saying, be for my father and listen to what I'm telling you, then you gotta respect my decision. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna make your moves, I'm gonna make my moves, and that's just life. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, if you're trying to be on the same ship that I'm on, you know what I'm saying, then hop on before the ship take off. You know what I'm saying? If you're not, you gotta go your own way. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. I never forget that I was a sinner and that I used to do all type of stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. I never forget that. But if I'm trying to be someone that comes in your life and give you a message, you know what I'm saying, to clean you up, to benefit you, and you keep rejecting me and denying me and want to go around what I'm telling you, I can't be around you because you're going to cause me to go back into my sinning ways. And maybe that's what you want. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe Satan wants you to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Satan wants you to do that to me. And I can't allow that to happen. So I'm gonna forsake you and I'm gonna move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to respect that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to respect that because now they don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how life goes, man. Y'all gotta see we came in alone and we're gonna leave alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how life goes. You can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody. Everybody can't get benefited from the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You gotta be making executive decisions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be making the proper moves, the right calls. You know what I'm saying? Our Father teach us how to be a king, how to be a boss, how to be, you know what I'm saying, royal, loyal, honest, truthful. You know what I'm saying? The truth hurt, honesty hurt, you know what I'm saying, loyalty hurt. All these things hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt when you loyal to the wrong person. It hurt when you trust the wrong person. It hurts when you tell truth to somebody. They hurt. It hurts when you tell honesty to somebody. But I'd rather hurt somebody with doing the right thing than hurt somebody with doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt if they think it hurt them for me telling them the truth about what they should be doing, what they should not be doing. It may hurt them. You know what I'm saying? But the truth will set you free. But yeah, man. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all take heed into what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the Father. For what it is, you know what I'm saying, being obedient and just, you know what I'm saying, coming out and speaking, man, like we all supposed to do. Remember, y'all all supposed to be speaking to people when you get this knowledge. When you get the knowledge of the Father and you hear it from, you know what I'm saying, an evangelist or a apostle or a preacher or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you got to go back to the Bible, go study for yourself to show thyself approved first. You know what I'm saying? Study that self approved. Ask God to fix you up. You know what I'm saying? Out your sinful ways, out your ways, after you have learned, you know what I'm saying? And then give him time as you work on yourself, you know what I'm saying? And meditate on the word. And as you work on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Control your mind, control your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Then allow him to take the sin away from you. And then you can come out and start speaking to people, you know what I'm saying? And benefiting people's lives and helping those who God has blessed you to help, who God has sent you to help, you know what I'm saying? And then you can get your blessings from the Father. So yeah, man, just make sure y'all always doing that, man, and learn them synonyms and definitions and you know what I'm saying, everything that the Father telling you to learn because you must become everything that He's commanding and telling you to become. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. I'm out. Shalom.